Good morning, great Americans. It's another great American video from the bunker in Kentucky. Well, as is very often the case, my videos are precipitated by an event, which usually makes me angry, and I want to react. And therefore, my videos are unscripted and unprepared. My videos are mediocre at best, but you can always count on me telling the truth and being factual, and you can always count on what I'm saying to be exactly true and making a point that needs to be remembered. Now, in this particular case, I did a little bit of prep just because I wanted to get a couple of names right, but still, basically, this is off the cuff. So, this video is sort of in line with several videos I've made in the past about racism, fear mongering, and how the real racism and the real fear mongering comes from the left, because fear and lies and hate has always been the tool of the left. Now, I have other videos that go more in depth on this subject, but just as a thumbnail, the Democrats created the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK, for one reason only: to instill fear on the newly freed Black slaves. Fear was their tool. All right. And today, one of their tools is fear mongering about Trump and Republicans just calling us racist. In other words, they want to scare uninformed voters into voting. I mean, if you're a Black person and you're working real hard and you don't really have time to, as with many people, all colors, there's a lot of people who just work 2-3 jobs, taking care of the kids, and just don't have time to watch the news and really get involved. People like that, if you tell them over and over, well, Republicans are racist, they'll be scared to vote for them and say, well, I'm not going to vote for the racists. And so that's what happened. That was on display in the event that you see right behind me. And this, on the right side of your screen, this disgusting lowlife from ABC News, no wonder, fake news ABC, the home of lies, real bad lies and hate, the home of The View, hateful, racist old biddies on The View. This woman on the right is while she was calling Trump a racist throughout the whole interview, is the real racist. So what this is here, in case you don't know about it, is that Trump so first of all, Trump, he goes into an interview with a group called the National Association of Black Journalists, the NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists. Well, ladies and gentlemen, right from the get-go, racism is built into their name. Why is there an association of Black journalists? Is there an association of Hispanic journalists? Is there an association of Asian journalists, white journalists? Why do they always have to have their own Black? That's racist right from the get-go. But we'll sort of pass over that, because that sort of racism is common among liberal Blacks to have their own little racist group for their color only, and exclude everybody else, and then point the finger out and call everybody else a racist, right? So, but that we'll kind of skip that, because that's sort of a low hanging fruit. So this woman on the right over here, she got the first question, and she didn't even really ask a question. Her question turned into a series of insults and accusations against Trump. And now remember, before I begin, here is Trump. Everybody's saying, a lot of liberals are saying, oh, Trump is afraid to debate Kamala Harris. Trump, look, here comes Trump right into the lion's den. Not one, but 3 female Black journalists representing a racist group. Probably most of them don't like Trump, and he goes right in, right? He goes right in without a care in the world. So, don't ever say Trump is afraid to do anything. Trump ain't afraid to do anything. All right. We saw that when he got shot. And he stood up and raised his fist. He's not afraid of anything or anybody. So he goes right in. And this woman on the right here, her name is Rachel Scott, right there. That's Rachel Scott of ABC, fake news, ABC lying fake news, propaganda. And she's a racist and a liar. So she starts attacking Trump. And here's the thing that bothers me. And this is a practice, and this is really the point I want to make. So I'm reading a quote. I'm reading a quote from her right now. So forgive me. She comes out and she says, "You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals," which is a lie. Blah 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 blah. Oh, you have told. Listen, here we go. You have told former congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabbit to describe black district attorneys. You have attacked black journalists, calling them losers. So anyway, you start to get the picture here. Basically, what she's saying is Trump called all these people names, and because they happen to be black, that makes him a racist. See, this is the real racism of Democrats and the left and fake news. We all know Trump calls everybody names. He called Joe Crooked Joe and Sleepy Joe and Crazy Nancy Pelosi and said that she was drunk. I mean, Trump is an equal opportunity name caller. If you're a moron and you're an idiot, Trump will call you a moron and an idiot, and he does not care what color you are. But see, to this racist pig right here above my finger, Rachel Scott from ABC, if you call a black person a name, then you're a racist. See, you can call white people names, and you can call Asian people names, and you can call whoever names, right? And she doesn't care. But if you call black people names, even if they deserve it, you're a racist. And that's the real racism. So this is what the left always does. You know, if you got a rapist and a murderer who happens to be black, and you call him a piece of shit, people like her will not only call you a racist, they'll raise a statue honoring the rapist and the murderer. Need I bring up George Floyd? So see, this woman is like the anti-Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King prayed for the day when you would be judged on the content of your character and not on the color of your skin. And that's really what Trump does. Trump is like MLK. If you're a great person, he loves you. If you're an asshole, he calls you an asshole. Either way, he does not care about the color of your skin. But this person here, and ABC News, and Democrats and liberals, they don't care about the content of character. They only care about the color of the skin. So when Trump calls out low-life degenerates who happens to be black, she doesn't care that they actually are low-life degenerates. She only cares that they're black, and she tries to make it into a racist thing. And therein, people are someday are going to wake up to the fact that this is the true racism of the left. And that the dream of Martin Luther King, where you are judged by the content of your character and not the color of your skin, the Democrats and the left have totally pissed and shit all over that dream. They don't give two shits about the content of people's character. They only care about the color of your skin. That's a fact. And that's really what came out of this thing last night. Now, last night, Trump did a great, and by the way, you can't see in this picture, but there were three ladies there, and one of them was Harris Faulkner from Fox News. Now, God bless Harris Faulkner, who managed to work into her questions a nice little counterbalance to the hate and lies by this woman. And Harris asked a question about Trump speaking to the Black communities, and she used the word communities. And she said, the reason I say communities is because there are many communities of color, and they have different ideas, and they vote different ways, and they're not all of the same thing. That is true. But you know what that really means? What that really means is that ultimately people are people. It doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. And people of all whatever have different beliefs. That is true diversity. But and so allow me to touch on that too. So this subject sort of goes into the big lie about diversity. See, real diversity is diversity of ideas and diversity of thoughts, right? That's true diversity. But the left, to them, diversity, again, they only care about color and they don't care about character. To them, diversity is people of different colors as long as they're all liberals. You see, they won't, their diversity does not allow for an Orthodox Christian or a really true blue conservative or a real true blue nationalist patriot America. See, that's not part of their diversity. You see, for them, you have to think the same. You have to be a leftist. You have to be okay with homosexuals and transgenders, and you have to be okay with liberalism. Okay, you have to be okay with abortion. You have to believe what they say to believe. But we need different skin colors. That's the fake, phony diversity of the left, which is a bunch of bullshit. So when people say diversity is bullshit, it's a fraud, that's what we mean. But true diversity is diversity of ideas. And it just so happens that the Democrats' ideas are failures. And that's why they're losing elections. That's why they had to steal the last election. That's why they are flat out lying. I mean, the news media, I never thought I would see this in my entire life. But right now, today, the news media has gone beyond fake news. They are now just blatantly lying. They are saying things about Kamala Harris that are 100% not true. Just absolutely untrue. They are flip-flopping her record, even though there's video and tape proving that she believes these different things. They're trying to say she doesn't. I mean, there's a number of them, and I'll put a link to that down in my video, so that a story that goes more in depth about the flip-flops and the cover-ups. But so I just wanted to address this interview that took place the other night with Trump and the what's it called again? The NABJ, the National Association of Black Journalists. Here's the takeaway. And you're gonna, if you go around social media and go on YouTube and all this other stuff, you're gonna see plenty of stories about this because it's all over social media right now. But here's the real takeaway. I told you my videos are mediocre, but I will tell you the truth that you need to remember. And here's the truth that you need to remember. One, Trump will talk to anybody. He is happy to speak to anybody of any background, of any political persuasion, and he was brave enough to go into this situation. Now, you will never see Kamala Harris appear on a conservative panel. You will never see her go on Fox News. You'll never see her speak to Tucker Carlson or Mark Levin or anybody. You'll never see her do that because she's a coward and a liar and a fraud and a fake, and they will destroy her in a moment with facts. But Trump has the truth on his side. Therefore, he has no fear of going into this situation. So Trump has no fear of going into situations like this. Number two, the takeaway of the true racism of the left, which is if you call if a black person happens to be a criminal or a crook or a liar, if you call them a criminal or a crook or a liar, fake news people like this woman from ABC will spin it into you being a racist, right? So in her world, black people, you just can't critique black people at all. Black people are immune from any criticism, because if you give them criticism, you're a racist, and that's it. See, this is the real racism of the fear mongering, calling Trump a racist, calling him all these names is which are untrue, is just pure. It's just the modern KKK. All right. Back then, they used white robes and sheets and flaming crosses to scare black people. Today, they use fake news and lies to scare black people. They don't want you voting for Trump, but they can't think of a good reason not to. So instead, they'll just call him a racist and make you scared to vote for him. Well, I'm here to tell you that Trump is not a racist. I am not a racist. Republicans are not racist. The real racists are women like this. The real racism is organizations that are only for one race only. That's racist. Okay? The real racism is judging people not on the content of their character, but on the color of their skin, which is exactly the opposite of what Martin Luther King wanted. That's the real racism. When you build a statue to a murderer and an attacker of women, George Floyd, simply because he's black, you no longer give a shit about the content of anyone's character. You only care about skin color. That let me tell you, that statue of George Floyd is indicative of the hate and lies and the true racism of the left, that you would place character above color. That you would place color above character. In other words, I don't care how rotten and disgusting and evil this person is. He's black, therefore he's our hero. I'm going to tell you this straight up. This is a fact. The worst enemy of the black population of America, their worst enemy is themselves. The worst enemy of black America are left-wing Democrat black people. You know, I'll never forget when Trump was president and he was giving a State of the Union address. I'll never forget this. I'll just never forget it. He was giving a State of the Union address, and we had reached the lowest unemployment rate since John F. Kennedy, 50 years. Yeah, I'll put a link to that in this video too, in case you forgot. We reached the lowest unemployment rate. And Trump then turned over to the side of the Democrat side of the Congress. And for some reason, all the black Democrats are wearing these weird clothes. I don't understand. But he looked at them and he said, black unemployment in America is now at the lowest rate ever in history. He said that. Now, you would think that news like that would transcend the party, right? You would think that the black Democrats would say, hey, that's good news, right? It doesn't matter who the president is. You know, our folks have gotten down to the lowest unemployment ever, right? You would think, right? No. None of them clapped. Not one of them touched one hand to the other, because their hatred for Trump was far more important than black people getting to work. And you want me to prove that? I will tell you that right now. And by the way, that was one of the questions from this dimwit right here. Trump said that illegal aliens coming into America are taking away Black jobs. And rather than admit that truth, this woman here goes, well, what's a Black job? See, she tried to, her entire time, she tried to catch him in something racist. She goes, well, what's a Black job? Well, that's not the point. The point is that illegal aliens coming into America are taking away jobs. And that includes jobs from Blacks or whoever. They're taking away jobs. And now remember, Black Democrats are voting with their KKK Democrat plantation masters. They are voting with them on these terrible border, right? So all these Democrat policies that hurt Black people, high taxes, high food prices, allowing illegal aliens to come in and destroy the community, Black Democrat lawmakers are voting for. Now, I want you to remember this. Black Democrat congressmen are voting for policies that hurt Blacks. But when Trump was president and he announced the lowest Black unemployment ever, they didn't clap. Everyone else was clapping. Yay! You know, it was a State of the Union address. Everyone was clapping. They did not clap. I am here to tell you that Black Democrats, especially Black Democrats in Congress, they are every name that Trump called them, and they got this woman here angry. Let me look at this thing right here real quick. She said, let me say, she says, you have told former congresswomen of color who are American citizens to go back where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabbit to describe Black district attorneys. Well, yeah, you know what? If you're a Black congresswoman or man and you vote to hurt Black people and you don't applaud when Trump brings jobs back to Black people, then you do need to go back to where the hell you came from. You don't belong in Congress. You're up there pretending to represent Blacks, but you're actually hurting Blacks. Why? Because the Democrat Party is still the same party of slavery and the KKK and the party of hate that it's always been. And every Democrat lawmaker in Washington, D.C., every Black Democrat congressman is nothing but a slave to the Democrat plantation, and they keep the Black man down. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Democrat congressmen in Washington, D.C. are nothing but slaves of their KKK plantation masters. They hurt their own people with rotten policies, and when a Republican makes Blacks do good, they don't like it. They are the worst. You know what they're like? Black congressmen, Black Democrat congressmen in Washington, you know what they're like? This is going to be rough, but here you go. They are no better than the Jewish traitors during the Holocaust who actually collaborated with the SS Nazi camp guards in order to prolong their life and get a few rations, right? So the SS, you know, they used to take big groups of Jews and kill them and then cook them in ovens. Oh my God, that's horrible. That's what the SS used to do to the Jews. And there was a few Jews who were so scared that they would collaborate. They would help the Nazis to help sort of herd them into the gas chambers and stuff. And then that would put them at the end of the line to get gassed, and they might get a little extra food. Yeah, that's horrible, right? That's exactly what the Black Democrat lawmakers do in Washington. They hurt their own people in order to help the KKK Democrat real racists. Yeah, that's a fact. And that's exactly what this woman right here did in this interview. She helped the true forces of evil on the left, the true forces of evil in the Democrat Party. She helped them, and she attacked the man who brought the lowest unemployment rate in history to Black Americans, the man who funded Black colleges that were going broke, the man who freed, by executive order, he freed Black Americans who were wrongfully imprisoned for life. You know, this woman right here is a sick disgrace. She's a disgrace to her race. She's a disgrace to journalism, and she's a disgrace to the American nation. This is the epitome of hate and fake news. And this man right here, Donald Trump, is the man we need to vote for president, because I can assure you that Kamala Harris, whatever she is, she's Indian, she's Black, she's this, she's that, she's wherever the wind blows. And the same goes for her kid, who apparently is a tranny. He's a man, he's a woman. These people don't know what they are. They are whatever they want to be. They don't care about anything. I guarantee you that Kamala Harris is no better than this lying sack of shit right here. So we need to vote for Trump and put an end to this ridiculousness. Well, my video sort of meandered a little bit, but I made my point. The real racism on display in this interview came from this woman right here. And if you watch the whole interview, God bless Harris Faulkner, she was fair, but she was really represented the way things should be, a recognition that all colors all have different opinions, and we we need to understand this stuff. And so anyway, we are less than 100 days away from this election. This is really, every election they say, this is the most important election of our lifetime. Well, this truly is the most important election of our lifetime. The last election was stolen. That's a fact. The only way we're going to stop them from doing that kind of thing this time is just everybody. We just have to overwhelm them with a victory to the point to where their cheating can't outdo the victory. So everybody get out and vote for Trump. And if you're going to vote for Trump, then help him be successful by giving him a Republican Congress that'll work with him. If we vote for Trump and then we end up electing a Democrat Congress, well, he's not going to be able to get anything done. What's the point? Right? Considering the fact that he was only president for 4 years and he only had a Republican Congress for 2 years, he did a lot. But give him a chance to finish the work. Give him the tools he needs to finish the work, to make America great again, to bring back jobs, real jobs. Oh, here's one little tidbit for you before I leave. If you think the economy is doing good under Biden, look at this is a fact. Almost all jobs created under Biden and Obama were part-time jobs. For all their jibber-jabber and all their bullshit about job creation and the economy, almost all jobs created under Biden and Obama were part-time jobs. A part-time job is not a job. If you have to support a family, if you have to support even just yourself, you can't support yourself on a part-time job. Creating a part-time job is not creating a job at all. Okay? Not only can you not support yourself on a part-time job, but also part-time jobs pay so little that it puts you below the tax bracket, which means, there's no taxes are going in, and so the deficit spending is going up, which is, that's a whole other story. That might be the next video is the deficit and the debt. So anyway, vote for Trump to bring back real jobs, manufacturing jobs, good jobs, high-paying jobs so you can support your family. To bring down Biden's inflation so we can afford food. for food. You get tired of eating top ramen? You better vote for Trump so you can eat a couple of steaks every week. Vote for Trump to fix the Ukraine. You see, these people on the left, they just want war. All your money, they sending all the money to the Ukraine. What? We got people here who need help. So please vote for Trump. Vote for Republican Congress so Trump has the tools he needs, and put him to the test. Let him make America great again, like he says he will, and he will. He will. And so that's all I got to say. So please like and share this video. Please like and share my other videos, and go to the website. Click the links below and in the description, and I will see you in the next Great American video. Adios, muchachos.